My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Monster Train 2. Last run, we had a, we had a Under Legion scene at the very end. And I promised myself that I would allow myself to play Under Legion as a result of that. So I'm doing it. Stygian Guard? Is this a combo I've done? No wins yet? Cool. Alright. Do I click the Pyre of Dominion button again? I have now officially used every single one of the heart cages. Realistically, I don't want to have to pick one every single episode. I do want a random one, a random unlocked Pyre heart. Okay. So it just doesn't give me the proto cage? Yeah. I think I'm going to start randomizing the Pyre heart because it's going to be really difficult for me to avoid just picking the best one. Obviously, the best one will be contextual based on the clan combination that we're working with and things like that, but like, this one's pretty powerful. It's pretty damn impactful. I'd like to play with it more, but I will only really feel justified if I random into it, because if I pick it, I'll be like, yeah, but I picked the one that is powerful. Let's go. Two copies of Mollusk Mage in the base deck, as well as the Siren of the Sea. 2 copies of Spawning Pods. 2 Ember Consume to spawn 4. We've also got the Pyre Heart Hersel's Horde. We've got 4 deployable Ember, and deployable upgrade is now 50% cheaper, so we'll be able to play out all of our units very, very quickly. Should I look at my upgrades before I look at my champion line? I almost never take the artifact first, but could it be relevant here, maybe? On rally, gain +1 damage permanently, says Monique the Galatine on the bottom line. Also, trample friendly units propagate number 1. So we can propagate some conduit, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. I think the thing that makes the most sense to me is having Siren of the Sea incant scaling behind a Bolete that's scaling off of permanent rallies on that floor, and the rallies are caused by spells. Yeah. That's something. Evolutionary Instinct. When a unit has a 3rd unique status effect applied to it, propagate 2. Or Capricious Reflection, cards in packs come with a random upgrade. Honestly, this seems really wild. It can do a lot of work. You may dampen my pyre, but you will never dampen my spirits. I want as long as possible for Bolete to summon as many units as possible on its floor. So you go up at the very top line, and then everyone else fills out everywhere else. Rally will be triggered once per spawned. So I want to make sure that I play both of my spawning pods. Ooh. No, I'm never going to be able to Frozen Lance through to the Collector in the backline there. We're missing out on 50 damage. 50 gold, rather. That's a shame. Has Mollusk Mage, 2 copies of Frozen Lance, 2 copies of Eager Conscript. I think it does make sense for me to have a Spear Steward. And if I am going to be doing that, I should also throw 10 damage at you. Soften them up a little. I think that's the first Collector in the entire series that I've let live. Brings me no joy to do so, I want you to know. I'll take one to the Vengeful Shard so that I can... Whoa, that doesn't even allow me to prevent 3 here? Oh, no! Troop number! Yeah, I lose damage on that unit before it gets to attack. That's okay. We're solving that problem actively right now. Every conscript I summon, every additional permanent damage I give to Bolete, the far better off we are. Gotta make sure that I play both spawning pods. Well, if this guy's gonna get a lot of damage, yeah. Actually, I don't need to take 1 damage to the Vengeful Shard there. This guy's gonna get a lot of damage because he's gonna trigger Slay every time he kills one of my fungi. But thankfully we're good. Comfortable enough here. Dewy Flask. Proliferates right there. Ooh, Infectory. Spawn 1 when a unit without troop dies. I mean, that's a rally trigger for every enemy that dies on the same floor as Bolete. Obviously, not my own units, but the enemy units. Proliferate's obviously really good, but I'll take Infectory first. Boy. Crystalline Seeds, 0 cost. Consume, apply Frostbite 8 to enemy units. Guardian's Amulet with the Offering, apply Sap 2 to enemy units, and Offering Token. I really like having an Offering Token. It's a free way to cycle past Vengeful Shards or units that you don't intend to play. And then eventually, if you include an Offering card in the deck, it's much better, but I get this first. Under Legion unit worth Merchant of Magic, Stygian Merchant of Steel in the second area. I do want Under Legion units, I guess. Offering Token getting Spell Chain. Perhaps Holdover. Obviously, any reduction of costs to any of the Eager Conscripts is a great hit for us too. We could remove Consume from spawning pods, because then that would set it up for -2 cost and Consume. Obviously, under Legion Banner, we're looking for anything that rallies, anything that spawns troops, especially. Spell Chain and Holdover. Can't take both. That's him. That's the guy that makes the units. Also, he costs a lot of money, but that's okay. We have a lot of money. The money, in this instance, being the deployable Ember. So that's definitely something that goes on the same floor as Bolete, which means that then I use all of my non-spawning spells on a different floor, which is just going to be Siren of the Sea with 2 Mollusk Mages at the moment. Neat. All right. Spell Chain or Holdover for Offering Token. If I put Holdover on Offering Token, it gives me the ability to cycle past things consistently. But also it means if I have an Offering card in my deck, I can always, well, always. I need to draw the Offering Token first, but then I can always play it. Yeah, I like that a lot. -2 cost, gain Consume. I would love to give this to something, but I don't think I should. Plus 20 magic power and Consume. I mean, I could negative cost and Consume Frozen Lance and then give another 1 plus 20 magic power and Consume just to cycle them through the deck quickly. But I think I'd actually prefer to save my money here. Try and utilize it a bit better in the Merchant of Steel with a Stygian unit. Stygian unit, ideally, I'm looking for something that can be a frontliner for the Siren of the Sea, so that I can run a second incant floor, maybe? Mind Muddler! You're taking away one of my cards each turn, how dare you? But I want that money, so you can do whatever you want. Get him, shrooms. I want to trigger the incants, but obviously spawning pods needs to be on the top floor. That's fine though. This bottom line, honestly, for all I care, that bottom line can be sacrificial. Good lord, we're never getting these collectors. Could you just come up to the next floor, please? Could I at all interest you in a free trip to the next floor? Soften up the front liner a wee bit more. There's a bunch more rally for us. Hovering token through a Vengeful Shard, get an incant trigger instead of having to pay anything. Gotta love that. No place to play any units though. Thankfully also no need to play any units here. This guy gains his spikes every line he goes up. That's going to be kind of annoying, but I think by the time you get to the top line, my fungi will be enough to take you out by itself. That said, those spearmen that I can't directly target, that sucks. Wish I could do something about that. I'll admit I'm a little scared. Very hopeful I draw just straight heat for 2 turns here. Well, I'll tell you, that doesn't feel like heat. Alright, never mind, it's good. Woo! Troop stack got big enough. Get him, Colonel. Spawning bod? Loan code. 2 Ember, Resolve, Gain, Regen 1, and Propagate 2. When a unit has a third unique status effect applied to it, Propagate 2. So this could trigger Propagate. If a unit already has a stack on it of anything, like for instance Troop, this would be really good for them. Spawning pod, Loam Coat it's just the troop gets 2 extra troop every turn. It's half another Colonel cluster. Yeah. There we go. Crypt Builder, 3 cost, Offering, Attuned. So Offering, of course, if discarded from your hand, it will be played instead. And Attuned multiplies the effect of magic power by 5. Retreat, and the front enemy unit takes 80 damage. Yeah, I'm still leaning towards going Merchant of Steel here. That's a great hit. Upgrade a unit with Gain Armor 2 on incants. We also have Titanite. I mean, I know exactly what I want to see here, but we'll see if I find it. Oh, well. It's good to see you. In my defense, it has my favorite keyword on it. Incant. I'll use the Heartstone to give some additional health to the Offering Monument. By the by, the Offering Monument just... so we're all clear. 1 Ember, 1 Size. On incant, -5 to health. -5 to its health. Not take 5 damage. -5 to its health stat. Reduces its maximum health. And then draw 1. So you only have to cast, well, now, 12 cards for this to die? That's value. Meanwhile, it's probably doing something else as well. It's probably not relevant, though. Let's get more, I think, incant for additional health on the Tyrant of the Sea, and then giving you maybe even multi-strike could be really interesting. We turn you into a line leader. Let's head to the Celestial Alcove. Maybe it offers us a unit upgrade that we can now stack on the unit that has so many upgrades already. Quilling Catcher. At the end of the entire battle, gain 100 gold. Cool. -1 energy per turn, draw 2 additional cards per turn. Oh dear. If more of my cards were 0 cost, maybe. Nim's Oath. At the start of turn, apply Dazed 1 to the front enemy unit on a random floor. Sure. That just seems like it's always going to be, like, pretty strict upside for it. Well, 100 gold every battle is also pretty strict upside for us. We could head to... ideally, I do go to a Merchant of Magic in the next area, though. Comes across with the Forgotten Boons as well. I certainly need to 0 cost now all of my spells as quickly as possible. Siren of the Sea is the frontliner for Offering Monument, is the frontliner for 2 Mollusk Mages behind, giving Conduit bonuses to that floor. Ideally. Give me the Quilling Catcher. I want the money. I don't have many other ways of getting it right now. Archeon, the Scion of Savagery. What are you gonna do? Gain Rage 4 on Siphon? Tell me if I'm scared. I'm pretty scared. Bolete. And Colonel Cluster. On the top line, I think it was. I do want to give the Siren of the Sea a little bit of time to grow. So that's our line. I'd love to get rid of the Calcified Ember right now. Yeah, throwing a card out of the deck. What, I could get like a couple of spawns up here that then Scion kills, getting Rage, giving you additional damage for other floors? No, thank you. I'll get my troops at the end of the turn. Yeah, this midline's got a little bit of a problem at the moment. I can use a Spear Steward defensively to save this line if I absolutely need to. 4, 6, 7, 17. Literally, I can just cast another spell and I'll be fine here as well. Gosh, should I just block you with a Eager Conscript? No, because then Archeon will get the additional rage and then we will take damage. But also I can't prevent that entirely at all. Yeah, I'm just going to jump block then. Sentinel Steward out of the deck. That's fine. It's obviously not fine long term, but it will be fine. Oh, Siphon only triggers when an enemy dies on the floor, so you didn't even get rage. Sick. Bring token through a Vengeful Shard. Drop a Mollusk Mage on the field and hit him with a bunch of damage. Nice. I'd love to drop the other Vengeful Shard, but I do think I need to get another couple rally triggers going off on that top line. Thankfully, you push enough damage to take out every enemy except for the healer, but the healer just gets to go up and burn to our Pyre Heart, doing nothing to it. First, let's get Infectory on that top line. Second, Mollusk Mage down here. Lone Coat would be great, just the health on the Siren at the moment. Ugh, how well can we save the Siren from herself right now? I would love to be able to play Crypt Builder with the Offering Token, so I'll play as many other things as I can first. To draw as many cards as possible first. There we go. Oh, wow. Unfortunately, that's still not enough damage to save the Siren in the Sea. No, we gave them too much rage from the Siphon. No, it'll be fine. As long as I spawn another... as long as I spawn more dudes. Just need a slightly larger chump blocker. Granted, that is a lot of rage that I'm not happy to see on Archeon. Well, we'll have to see how this resolves on that top line. I have concerns. I think on this line, spawning a single is the same as spawning many. Oh boy. Thankfully, we've taken a few combat rounds from you, so we've lowered your rage a little bit here. Oh boy. Looks like we will live. That's great to know. Hey, Conscript, we bit of a low code. Woo! Tome of the Overgrowth. 1 Ember, consume, apply the ability Evergrowth, rather, to a friendly unit. A cooldown of 1 to apply Regen 3 and Sap 3 to the same unit. I just don't often want to regen and Sap 3 the same target. I don't have many targets that I am comfortable with lowering the damage of. Racking Pain, 1 Ember to deal damage equal to 3 times the debuff stacks on this unit, and finally Hoarfrost Effigy, transfer all Frostbite on the floor to a unit, then double the Frostbite. It truly feels like none of these fit. Like, I could give Colonel Cluster the ability to give friendly units. Literally, the best part of having this would be that I would have an ability to trigger every turn, not that it would give me regen or sap. I'm gonna skip. There's the Guard of the Unnamed that we were looking for earlier. Nameless Siren, Icy Silophyte. Well, I don't think I'm going size after this. Could I make a good argument for capacity right now? I don't think so. That said, God of the Unnamed, that could easily still defend Siren of the Sea. The Mollusk Mage is currently only giving additional conduit power to Frozen Lancers that absolutely do not need it. Sure. Yeah, it's draw. Merchant of Trinkets, you say? I really want to zero cost a lot of these spells. I do have to say though, offering Monument, the floor that it would get the most use on is the Bolete floor. That's it, I can move to a different floor to play my offerings. And honestly, I should. I have other incant units. Do I zero cost some spells? Or do I hit up a Merchant of Trinkets? Trinkets is nice. There's so many good trinkets out there. We get some additional Pyromane as well. What's after this? Another Merchant of Trinkets with a Herzl Sword and an event next to it. Versus a Merchant of Magic. Okay, so it's the same decision in the next area. I'll take the Merchant of Magic here, and then I'll take the one with the free artifact later. Bolete. Upgrading to Hiveminder number 2. +1/+1 permanently. I could totally see myself getting Headsman at the end as well, just so that I can trample. But additional health does seem important. There's the consume removal for the spawning pods. Good setup. Doubles, literally nothing to hit with a double stack, eh? Wow. Eager Conscript gets zero costed. There we go. -2 cost and consume. We'll drop that on our spawning pod. Now a great dupe target. Boiler Room. Hell yeah. Gain 1 Ember when a unit dies. It's just very, very, very Ember efficient. Greatest spell to gain Permafrost. Guess I could hold the Crypt Builder until I have my offering token, just in case, maybe, but I don't think so. Heal your buyer equal to the spell's cost, putting that on a Crypt Builder that gets played for free a lot of the time. Kind of fun, but I think it costs more than I am willing to invest in that at the moment, especially considering I'm going to a Merchant of Trinkets in the next area. I'd rather hold on to the money, because that's just a free trinket. Penitent Brass Stone is spawned on each floor. I see. That's going to be a wee problem for the Mollusk Mages, but other than that, we should be okay. God of the Unnamed, Offering Monument, Siren of the Sea, all on the bottom line. Then Bolete and the Colonel. We'll drop a Shield Steward on the midline for fun. Big conscripts. I don't want to give you troops to harvest down here, though. All right. Couple more spells for the bottom line in this round. Oh, perfect. That's offering token through the Crypt Builder. We'll draw a whole mess of cards for our trouble. I mean, I could drop a loam coat on that line if I really wanted to right now, but realistically, I just want to cast additional spells on that line next turn. And who really needs the loam coat right now is the guy that'll get bigger. Ooh, it's going to take a lot of spells on that bottom line to keep it safe. I honestly don't suspect it will work. To the degree that I will happily call in the help there. Will I? Ultimately, our top floor is our execution floor. We always knew that. So doesn't that make it a much better idea to just push my advantage on the top? Never going to be able to take out the collector in the back line, though. Fine. We'll do what we can. Goodbye, bottom line. Well, now goodbye. You have instead become energy. Worried about these next lines that get to the top. I just don't have enough attacks. That's very useful. Offering token through a Crypt Builder allows these targets to be revealed. Although we'll take 28 damage for it. Oh god, they all went back down to the bottom line. Oh, that's so many harvest triggers. I need spells. Well, I hope I draw them later. At least it was 3 additional energy for this turn. What the hell? Okay, that's hilarious. Corrin moved directly to the top floor, skipping the midline, and as a result, killing most of the people that would have helped. Corrin, you're going to lose because of this. Glorious maneuvering. Cheer death cap, 1 embers, 1 size decay, sorry, summon of light decay 7 to enemy units. That's a unit you just played online and then let it die. That's a spell. 2 ember, pandemic, consume, applying decay 8 and a sap 2, then add a copy of this card to your discard pile. Obviously, reducing the cost of that by 2 would be great. You remove consume from it, reduces cost by 2. Yeah. It's especially good for bosses. The decay is nice, but realistically, it's if you target like a flying boss consistently with sap, you'd be able to take him out easily. Apply sap 3 to enemy units in combat. Yeah. I mean, I don't think that's a bad reason to just take that and throw it on the 3rd floor. Spike the Stygian, Sap, and Frostbite on X cost. I think I'd take Guardian's Amulet here as my 2nd offering spell. A little bit more Sap application as well. Merchant of Trinkets, as well as Ursal Sword and the Celestial Alcove. Let's look at the Trinket merch first. Draw 1 additional card each turn for every 25 cards in your deck. There's also the Attuned Whetstone, rather. Draw an equipment card from your deck and reduces cost to 0 at the start of the fight. That will specifically draw the Lone Coat. That's great. Start of turn, fully healed champions. Units get an extra upgrade slot. That's certainly not bad, but my units aren't really like the big carry here. Versatile Ember Staff. Oh, actually, with the amount of rooms I have, yeah, I'm quite likely to get additional energy from that while I need it. Dominion. Oh, wow. Okay, this could be another upgrade over the top of Siren of the Sea. Dominating power plus 10 damage on strike, apply corruption 20. We've seen how powerful this can be, especially on a multi-striking unit. Ask for authority, summon, spawn a friendly unit from your deck. It gives Colonel Cluster the ability to overstack the floor with Bolete, because Bolete's played, then Colonel Cluster is played, and then Colonel Cluster plays someone else. Probably a Mollusk Mage, let's be real. Because, like, by that time, Guard of the Unnamed, Offering Monument, and Siren of the Sea are down. Shield Steward's dead, or also down. I'd remove the other 2 Spear Stewards and maybe a Shield Steward from the deck, in which case we would be forcing one of the Mollusk Mages to spawn on that top floor. Meh. Dominating Control. Add Melee Weakness 1 and Spell Weakness 1 on strike. I got him. That's pretty good. Am I willing to take Dominion's Eye for it? Yeah, it's the most annoying thing is I have to play it before I can play the offering token. Or rather, it still means the offering token costs me 1, even if I play the offering token first. Plus 10 damage. The corruption 20 is really nice, but it's specifically nice when I ended up with like, God, am I gonna do it? Well, because the thing is, obviously, if Siren of the Sea had Plus 10, and on strike, apply Corruption 20, and then I dupe Siren of the Sea. Incanting on that line to make you as large as possible would be our highest priority. In fact, you kind of have triple strike if I give you add melee weakness 1 and spell weakness 1 on strike. Because the first hit sets up melee weakness, and then the second hit exploits the melee weakness. So it's like giving triple damage. Yeah. Okay, fine. I don't know if that's going to be good at all. I'd love to roll here and buy something, but most of the things won't be available to purchase after I roll. Start a turn, fully heal champions. I mean, I could at some point just look at Bullet and go, you are now stats. You are now just big stats. You stand in front of the Siren and we cast on your floor. I don't want to do that though. I want 2 different floors, a rally floor and an incant floor. Damn it. And I'm not gonna take it anymore. Great bottom line here. Right. Got the unnamed, Siren behind him. Offering, hit up a Bolene on the top. You know what? Bolene on the second line, actually. Yeah. Now this is a bit weird, because Loamcoat doesn't actually want to go on a minion, it wants to go on troops, but I don't have troops yet. So I think I'm just gonna give it to the God of the Unnames. Keep him healthier. Yeah, gotta get rid of the Dominion's Eye, unfortunately. I'm not really slaying many units on this floor, so I could see Mushy Room to make you weaker. Sap him. Oh, you got incant triggers. You know what? I think I let you use incant triggers. But also, I actually don't mind right now, so... You get off free on this one. Single incant trigger on the bottom line. There you go. Definitely Infectory on the midline. Also, if I offering token crypt build you, I think I replace Mushy Room now. I could just throw Boiler Room on the top line and I'll get some additional energy next turn. That's probably worth it, right? Yeah, it gives me some additional energy this turn, and I'll get some additional energy next turn for it. Ooh, yeah, we got the offering token. Huge hit. Fine with sapping units on this floor. But this allows me to kill the 2 biggest units, so I think I just leave that as it is. Gosh, I guess I'm gonna... Guardian's Amulet this floor? units on that top line. Gives me 2 additional energy for next turn. I mean, bottom line seems to be resolving perfectly for us as far as I'm concerned. So as much as I do want more incant triggers, yeah, I can deal with one. Whoops. It literally leaves a unit alive by 1 health for me to do that. I can get it back on board with 1 more cast afterwards, though, so let's stop meddling with that. Offering tokens through the Crypt Builder is enough to take out the frontliner, even despite their ability. Great. Oh, no, I don't have a place to play a unit. If I played a unit, I would draw a card and get an energy. No! My energy! More important for me to get the permanent buffs, so I won't even focus on my casts on the bottom line. Although if all goes well, we'll end up setting up a decent amount of spell weakness on the boss here. Yeah, you've got spell weakness 15 on you. You take 16 times damage from the next spell that I cast in your direction. Well, next damage spell, that is. Because this Guardian's Amulet is just going to sap you. And then I'm going to hit you with a Frozen Lance for 130 damage. Yeah, 124 damage, sorry, because of your Titan skin, reducing a lot of that. But your melee weakness still means you died to the fun guy. Good lord. Inhale, 1 Ember, deal 10 damage on Slay Spawn 2. Love that. There's also Grow Room, all units propagate 1 at the end of the turn. I gotta say, this is pretty good, but I don't really have propagatable things. Many propagatable things. Titan's Tooth, another offering? It's an offering that deals 5 damage to enemy units and applies Frostbite 10. I like it. Merchant of Arms. I gotta say, I could upgrade these rooms to be in my opening hand, and it wouldn't be a problem. I have the Ember for them, and they're deployable. In fact, I think that's a really good idea right now. Hall of Mirrors. -2 size. Create a copy of friendly units on summon. Oh, that's pretty funny. So you play Bolete and Cluster Kernel on the top floor, then you play Hall of Mirrors, and then create a copy. No, it only gets 1 more from the Cluster Kernel, though, I think. Hall of Mirrors is powerful, though. I like the idea of Mushy Room on the bottom line just sapping the enemies. Literally just for a free line. just taking a lot of damage away from them. The only problem is the bottom line really does also need to be able to do damage to the enemies, because if it doesn't, then I just let a bunch of Scourges and haste minions and, you know, like harpists that are buffing the whole floor. I just let them resolve. And that's pretty tough. Hall of Mirrors is really interesting. I just don't think I should take it here. Deployable Ember, 3/5, so we have 8 on that first round. That's Bolit, the dude. Lit. I think I should have bought Hall of Mirrors. I think I should get capacity for my next. I don't want to though. It's too many rooms, obviously. It's too many rooms in the deck. But if I have a deployable Hall of Mirrors, which how soon can I get it deployable? Merchant of Arms in the next area with an Imperial Well right next to it. I make Hall of Mirrors deployable. I get additional capacity. The additional capacity means that I have 5 size. So I play... How does that work? I want Guard of the Unnamed on the same floor as the Sirens of the Sea, on the same floor as the Offering Monuments. I don't think I can get all of those to dupe in that way. But I do think I could double up Siren of the Sea and Offering Monument. Drawing 2 cards every single time I cast a spell. If I have enough 0 costs, which is obviously the next focus, then I just cycle through the deck until both of the Offering Monuments die, which then means that I have 4 size on a 5 floor, covered with just the Siren of the Sea, which means that I could then afterwards play a Mollusk Mage, if I really wanted to. Bolit with Cluster Kernel, that doesn't feel right though. That floor doesn't really want to expand. It doesn't want another unit. I'll make it work. Meat Shield, Resolve, Restore 10 health. That's actually incredible. Oh god, Inferno Room. What are you doing? I'm going to combine the Lone Goat and the Meat Shield, because now it's a very expensive equipment. Full stop. No, now it's a very expensive equipment that I will be able to instantaneously play for zero cost on a unit. And it will resolve to restore them health, as well as give them regen and propagate. Like, it's just a bunch of health for a unit. It'd be great on an Offering Monument. I think the Frozen Lancers are some of our weakest cards. That said, they're also the cards that I can most easily justify playing on the same floor as Siren of the Sea right now, so... It does feel a wee bit strange removing them. Celestial Alcove, Merchant of Magic. The thing is, I need the Merchant of Arms and the Merchant of Magic. There's a Merchant of Arms in the last line. I think I go Merchant of Magic in the next area. I think I need a bunch more 0 costing. Right. Boletum. I don't really kill many units on this floor is the thing, so I feel like Boiler Room should be the top floor, which means Mushy Room is the middle. Hall of Mirrors is not really going to be invoked in this round. It's just in the deck for later. It's a setup. Yeah, because I don't get to hit backline units much at all outside of Titan's Tooth now. Obviously, Infectory wants to be the top line. So wait, where does that mean the Boiler Room goes? Obviously, I do need to compete on the bottom line. I think maybe... Oh, God. I think maybe Boleat needs to be on the second line so that damage spell 1 and spell shield 1 to enemy units. Yeah, I'm going to need to be able to clear out enemies faster than this. Let's set back up. Is there a chance at all that Boleat's the start? Boleat's really good at taking down a big frontline unit, which every one of these is going to need to be able to do. Yeah. And then this is also going to be our Boiler Room floor, because that's still going to be 1 energy per turn. But this will actually give me the ability to take out the Fallen Executioners. That Malevolent Hunter is going straight to the top line. I guess this mid line should sap units? Mushy Room doesn't really have much place right now either. I could hit Titan's Tooth right now just to take the Malevolent Hunter down, but I really don't want to. I feel like I'm just going to have the same problem next turn anyway. So I may as well try and figure out a solution to it. They're going to consistently skip past the mid line. Alright, third possibility. Third possibility is that I do need to split my floors. Boleat is going to be my lowest floor, but the Siren floor is now our top line. Everything else remains the same. This makes a lot more sense. So now when the Holy Cherub and the Malevolent Hunter, or rather the Malevolent Hunter just gets up to the next floor by itself, it doesn't immediately propose lethal to everything. And the Holy Cherub can be taken care of on the next floor. Okay, we're all good. We're all good. Obviously, if anyone gets past this floor, I want to hit him with the Mushy Room. So now I can start summoning guys. Perfect. Oh, that backline is healthy. There we go. Played out all of the 3 different types of the Versatile Ember Staff. Managed to draw into the Offering Token, one of our favorite cards. Drop the Mollusk Mage we can't play. Start getting a couple more incants on this top line, and then I think I'll finish up with Infectory. Realistically, the Mushy Room is on the mid line just to sap Kale. Which is fine. There's the Hall of Mirrors, which I do cast on this bottom floor if I don't have a better idea of something else to do. Yeah, I'll sap you all a bunch. Sure. Hall of Mirrors, then take out a backliner, spawn a bunch of troops. Oh, the curse gave us enough energy to play another curse. Definitely need to play more spells on the top floor. First off, Offering Token through the Titan's Tooth, thank you. Get rid of the Dominion's Eye. I think I also have to play my spawning pods up on that top floor. I can't let that Chosen Sniper hit the top line with stats. There you go. Perfect. So yeah, 1 troop comes with 1 troop, and then I inhale here, 17 to start with. 2 troops comes with 1 additional troop. Yeah, so Hall of Mirrors, for every stack of troops that I summon, summons 1 additional troop, not as many additional troops as I summoned in the first place. Good to know. Yeah, Kale's getting a lot of stacks here. 3 spell weakness, sap, frostbite. Oh no, you've only got 1 spell shield. Okay, never mind, we're fine. We're more than fine. Offering Token through the Titan's Tooth on the bottom line. Some additional damage for everyone. You enjoy that. You keep that to yourself. Don't tell anyone I gave you that. Oh no, that Chosen Sniper's getting to the very top line. Can't let that happen. Even if I have to use the Titan's Tooth on that top line. Obviously, I'd love to play it on the bottom line here. Another card type. There we go. Cool. Chosen Sniper's going down. Right, now I can attend back on the bottom line if I wanted to, and I do. That would end up being like 24 damage to the pyre, way too much to accept. Ooh. Calcified Ember. Yes, please. I mean, we've even sapped the Sharp Eye Sniper enough that I don't even have to worry about you doing damage. Offering token my way through a Guardian's Amulet to make sure that's absolutely the case. Then pods on the bottom line. Calcified Ember. I've got to burn you out of the deck, please. Better sooner rather than later. And then in one more line after this. Perfect. Kale's gonna come down, and I don't think you're leaving this floor, buddy. That is the case. Excellent. It's about time Bolete had Trample. Well, there's Deep Offering. Contagious! 2 Ember, consume, enemy units propagate 4, add a copy, discard to your discard pile, but Deep Offering's right there. 2 Ember, consume, discard to your hand, draw 5. Thank you. Am I gonna do the additional size? I said I was gonna. Can I be trusted at my word? It's so annoying. What have I got in the next area? Merchant of Arms, Merchant of Magic. I gotta go Merchant of Magic here so I can go to Merchant of Arms in the next area. I gotta zero cost a bunch of things here so that in the Merchant of Arms area then I can hit more cycle so that I can play what? So that I can play what? Offering token? Nothing? I really don't feel capacity gives me more than, honestly, energy even at this point, but I really do want to use Boiler Room as most of my energy. If I can avoid actually having to pay for energy, I'd be way better off. Final Maiden Wake What? Never heard someone complain so much about something they decided to do. Alright, double stack. Negative 2 Austin consume. Not bad for a couple of things, but only if I'd removed consume from them already. Double stack with the biggest sap on the Guardian's Amulet is great. None of these necessarily need to be held for the right time. I think I Smolder Stone literally just to get a Frozen Lance out of the deck at this point. Perfect. Spell Chain is an insane hit here. Now the offering token is 2 in-cat triggers, as well as the ability to cast 2 offering things at the same time. -1 cost and intrinsic, as well as -1 cost, means that I could make the Deep Offering in my opening hand. I play as many 0 costs as I can, and then I play Deep Offering, and I cycle an opening hand entirely. It's either that, or it's 0 cost to... this draws 2 cards. This draws 5. And this one I would really like to save this for later to continue being in the deck, to use in different circumstance. And don't think I need to consume those out of the deck. I want them to be low cost. I don't want to consume them. Oh, there's the trample. Thank heck. I don't think I need the hive mind larger. I think I need the hive mind further. I think I need to hive mind across more targets. Celestial Alcove, what do you got for us? Duping? Oh, Balatro. Okay, oh, at the start of battle, gain a calcified ember that converts to an excavated ember after not being played once. If I had more than one round after this, I'd do that. AAA friendly units gain +3 for each, +3 health, that is, for each rare card in your deck. 1. 2. 6 health to all of my units? I have had, thankfully, someone tell me, a friend of mine has told me that I'm not supposed to ignore this, despite the fact that it obviously looks really, really bad. Because apparently, when it's destroyed, something else happens. That's as far as I've been given, but it's enough for me to take it. Grand Michel, non-champion friendly units gain +10 damage. At the end of combat, 10% chance, end of each round of combat rather, 10% chance for this artifact to be destroyed. Destroyed! I say unto you. Non-boss enemy units restore 150 health when they move up a floor. Do they have to? I mean, only if I want 400 gold, but I do want 400 gold, so they have to. I'm not yet using the strategy for the things, because that still relies on me getting the boiler room to put a card in my opening hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Yeah, okay, I have exactly 1 space left for a card in my opening hand. Great. Terrible curses. So yeah, I definitely want to kill on the bottom lines. And I would love additional energy to be given to me because of that. Perfect. No incant triggers on the bottom line is exactly what we wanted to see. Oh, perfect. Inhale. Takes a unit out. Summons some dudes. I'm just going to consume the Frozen Lance on the next line. Draw a card up there. I'll have other things to cast on the next floor later. I don't need to get out of my own way in order to spawn things on that floor just yet. Offering token through Guardians for big sap on all the enemies. This line is what? I guess Infectory. So Mushy Room goes on the top now. Time to get the Moss Mages out. Right. Obviously that should happen on this floor. Yeah, I'm also gonna do the discard and draw 7 cards here. Alright, there's all of Mirrors if I want to throw that on the bottom instead now. Given the permanent growth of Bolide, it does make sense. Granted, I am gonna get a Resonant Ruin in my discard pile, but that's fine. I'm not especially scared of that. Yeah, I'm going to throw Celestial Bastion to the back line by pushing them with the Crypt Builder so that I don't have to worry about them. I'd also love to use this to play Titan's Tooth, giving me the ability to get rid of that Collector. Resonant Ruin definitely needs to be played. Can't leave that in hand. Really does feel like this next floor could use a couple of units played here. I don't care about taking 1 damage to the Vengeful Shard. That's not really too much of a problem. I don't think I have enough zero-cost spells to really be able to full cycle my deck in the way that I'm hoping. On that first turn. Wee bit sad about that. Drop in Factory and sap him. Frozen Lance, he Conscript for the draw, and I shouldn't have done that because I could have drawn Dominion's Eye and then I wouldn't have been able to play the Resonant Ruin. All's well that ends well here, though. Do I want to draw another card right now? Chances of drawing 0 cost, chances of drawing 3 cost. Maybe. Nice. That one will go on my spawning floor. I don't think I incant enough on my incant floor to really justify running an incant floor right now. Also, it's more than fine for that big BP boy up here to go to the very top line because he has no damage. This is a Scourge. That was a Blight. Hang on, Scourges and Blights are different kinds of cards. So if I play out the Resonant Rune, second type of card, when I play my first spell, I'm going to draw another card now. Yay! Titan's Tooth with his bottom line would help us start taking out the Deformed Duo, which is neat. I'm eventually going to lose that Offering Monument. I don't need to rush it down. That said, I could hit it with a Crypt Builder right now, and that'd be pretty handy. I don't think I need to take any more damage here. I'm going to drop both Vengeful Shards. I can take care of 2 big dudes. Our bottom line takes care of the 500 health first. And then our second line cleans up. Hey, there we go. I was really hoping for a spell I could play. Let alone one that reduces almost all of the damage that would have been dealt by that floor to 0. That front line is a lot healthier than I want him to be. Uh-oh. Wait, if I win on this bottom line, it's not a problem. All right, cool. We won on the bottom line. It's not a problem. Woo! You can't be moved to the back of the floor, so I don't have to change anything about that. I mean, both of these Resonant Runes should be played. If that doesn't prevent us from winning, I should play that, and I did, and it didn't. So we're good. Get him, Boley. He's simply too big. All units propagate 1 at the end of the turn. Wax Cap for salmoning to sap the enemies a little bit. I mean, maybe a sap floor would be nice. Because I do have a sacrificial floor. If my sacrificial floor had a sapping unit just occasionally, that seems cool. Inhale's not going to kill many targets now. It's a bit late to inhale. Guardian Stone. On Incantably Armor, 1 to friendly units. I mean, it'd be a great unit to support the other line. So what, we play Dupe, Dude, and then double Siren of the Sea, double Offering Monument. When the Offering Monuments run out, we then fill the space with Guardian Stone instead. That actually seems sick. Huh. Oh, of course! You find yourself once again in a colorful vortex. A familiar face emerges from the expanse. It's Jimbo the Joker! The deck of cards is gone, and instead, the Joker deals you a single card. It seems like you lost the other one. Here, this one's unhoused. Cavendish. Non-champion friendly units gain 3 times base damage. After each round of combat, 1% chance for this artifact to be destroyed. I would love that to die so I can see what the next one is, but I don't think I'm gonna get to do that. Merchant of Arms, you need to make something deployable for me, friend. Oof. At end of turn, frozen cards are reduced to 0 until played or discarded. At end of turn, apply frozen to a random card in your hand. Sick. Artificial Biostone, 3 additional deployment ammo. That's actually really handy here. Multi-strike. I mean, Bolit. I think Bolit just wants that badly. Do I get rid of merged equipment to get it? I think so. So make the Hall of Mirrors deployable. Buy the Void Armament. We can't merge Void Armament with another thing there. But I will reroll just in case I see another one that I do want to merge it with. Equalizing Rings actually makes Bolit a lot weaker. It would prevent you from being able to be targeted by Sap, to be fair. But it's a lot weaker. Yeah, that's not great. Alright. So now if I remove this merged equipment, then I'm guaranteed to, in the opening phase, draw a 0-cost Void Armament. That's pretty huge. It's time to remove cards from the deck that do not the deck. Do not in the deck belong to be in the deck. So the top line is going to be like Shield Steward, Shield Steward. No, one of you gets removed, definitely. Version of the card from the deck. feel like I can just play the stewards and let them die is the thing. I definitely can't play as many rooms as I currently have. Infectory is effectively defense. So is Mushy Room. But Mushy Room is defense for the next room up. I'm gonna remove Infectory. Alright, let's go. Show my units. Sure, buddy. If you think that's best, you do that. Alright. Now, are we ignoring the obvious answer of the Hall of Mirrors is supposed to dupe Bully? Just one big guy. Just one big guy. I don't want that to be the answer, to be clear. Is it? Oh, maybe. I could even dupe Colonel Cluster. I'm gonna stick to my guns on this one. Hall of Mirrors. Double Siren of the Sea. Double Offering Monument behind the Sirens of the Sea. Bully. Yeah, why not? God of the Unnamed on the bottom line as well. Your turn. That's going to be a huge amount of energy for me at the end of this turn. It's kind of totally fine to let the Guardian die there. And in fact, if I do that, then I can play on this floor a lot more. Play a 0-cost card and it draws me 2 spells. 0-cost spell and it draws me 2 cards. Sap 4, they all gain 5 damage, but they'll be sapped by 8. Sure, we'll keep the God of the Unnamed alive for a turn. Molst Mage is now 0 cost and in our hand. Love it. Oh god. The incans on this floor go wild, but I do think I just need to let that floor resolve. Goes of Entropy, unfortunately. Oh, you silenced my units. Oh, how dare you. Although that would prevent me from having the Extinguish trigger on Bolit, so that'd be kind of useful for us, actually. Throw a quick Mollusk Mage up there. Oh, hang on. I will need my Fun Guy eventually to Fun Die. Yeah, because I need it to be space for the Guardian Stone later. Mushy Room goes on the top. Yeah, I do think I'm better off taking that unit out. I just don't want Fun Guy to live on this floor. Oh, there it is. Offering token, thank you. Will Offering through Titan's Tooth. Perfect. Playing it, drawing another 2 cards for free. Oh, yep. Now we have the cycle on. I'll lay out both the Vengeful Shards. One Vengeful Shard first. Consume a spell. Draw a couple cards. Lost Mage on the top line. Get another Vengeful Shard out. Offering token through a Guardian's Amulet. Sap the enemy a bunch. Dominion's Eye is back in hand. I'm going to play that out as well as the Calcified Ember to get rid of it, because I know that I do want to get rid of these cards, but I need the fun guy to be dead before the Guardian Stone can be duped on this floor. So just kind of like getting through it is good enough here. I wonder if it's ever correct to just spawn a bunch more on this floor. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Hit Boldy? So what? He could truly not be less threatened. 7 extra energy for this turn. Stop giving me incant units. How dare you? Actually, I guess I could use Offering Token to cast the Titan's Tooth. And then inhale the incant triggerer there. Ooh. Okay, and we are ready. One more spell. Don't summon any troops. Perfect. Get out the Dominion's Eye. Guardian Stone now gets duped on this floor. And honestly, it should go directly in front of the Sirens of the Sea. And now I want to cast as many spells as I can on this floor. Get all those incants shared. I'm going to play one more. 2 more? 1 more. I'm going to Deep Offering so that I draw with 3 still left in hand. It's probably more impactful to play big sap on that bottom line. So I will. Wax Cap on the top line. Immediately sap the enemy a bunch. Love seeing that. Stop summoning incant units on the bottom line. What are you doing? I guess it gives me a good opportunity to play my offering spells elsewhere. I'm never really going to be able to keep up a Troop of Fun guy on this bottom line right now. So yeah, I might as well beef up my defenses on the next lineup then. Get rid of the Dominion Eye first. after a while, this bottom execution floor does set up for a pretty nice midline. It's just I don't know if that midline's going to have enough time to really set up and survive in the Titan fight. By all rights, I'm pretty sure we'll win Ascension 10 here. After that, no promises. That's too much damage to be taken on Bolide. I interfered with that line too much. Gotta say, I think that went pretty well. You don't have to have the relic that doubles your incant triggers if you simply have double the unit that incants. Oh, perfect. This bottom line is finally a turn for me to be able to start building some fun guy that might live. Good thing for the big saps. Really helped us out, I feel. Totally unnecessary, but kind of a victory lap of spells here. Yeah, I think it literally just comes down to Seraph is so sapped that they don't do much damage to us. Giving me enough time to wipe him out. Mushy Room will have done a lot of that sapping too. Obviously, we venture forth. Obviously. There's no cowardice choice here. Onwards and upwards. Now, I do believe that the Slay floor needs to be the bottom floor. Bolide with Double Strike does seem the best way to do that, to my mind. You know the annoying thing? I totally see the other argument. The other argument is all the mirrors goes on the bottom line. You only summon one Bolide, but you double summon Colonel Cluster, so you get 8 troops every round. Then you give Void Armament to Bolide. Bolide gets to strike through all of the enemies. There's 8 jump block for the front line on the bottom. And then the mid line just becomes God of Unnamed, Siren of the Sea, Offering Monument, any of the other things that end up getting spawned there. The real strength of that is in having much more health on the bottom line in front of Boldy. Duping Offering Monument will give me a lot of control over incant triggering. Obviously, I'd miss out of having a boiler room on the same floor, which would mean that N1 when a unit dies, so that'll trigger on spawn dying as well. Maybe I don't need as much energy. If I can get away without needing all the energy from boiler room being on the bottom line, I do actually think Hall of Mirrors down there. Double Kernel Cluster. Do I really think it's double Kernel Cluster, though? Really? What if it's just double Bolly, double Siren in the Sea behind them? Then I don't have a second line. Can't have 2 lines open here. That's too many lines. I can leave 1 line open, though. I think the Sirens of the Sea need to be duped to have any additional impact as a secondary floor. I'm gonna chump block with them first as well. Like, ideally I want their health to go away for other things, but I would obviously prefer them to die than my scaling units. So there's the Guardian Stone early. I'm certainly a little driven to the idea of simply summoning as many spawns as I can on that floor, trying to cycle my zeros until maybe I can even get the Guardian Stones down this turn. I'd only have to cast 12 spells, and that's not impossible. Oh no, but I would have the troop, so I wouldn't be able to do it after that anyway. So I'd have to cast 12 non-troop related spells on this floor. That's not happening. That's just not mathematically happening. That's fine. It's duping 1 from every conscript, so I'll give the spawning pods 4 for the bottom line. It means Savagery hits Fun Guy, and then so does Entropy, so both of them hit the same unit, and then Guardian Names gets scathed, or stays free, unscathed. That's the word I was looking for there. Mushy Room for removing some damage from Entropy would be nice, obviously. Wonder if maybe there's an argument that now that I've duped that, I change this floor. Because if I now gave this sap room, I would be constantly sapping Entropy. But I should be able to cast enough spells that turn. As well as enough sap not to worry about that in the long term. I have to be certain about these actions, because if I do them wrong, I will lose. I think Mushy Room needs to hit the top line right now. I think Deep Offering on this mid line casts both Titan's Tooth and Crypt Builder, and that's super huge as well. I'll literally draw a hand of full hand of cards after that. Sick. Play Dominion's Eye out. Then run the conscripts. I'm gonna start draw choking here a little, unfortunately. Nice. Offering token for Guardian's Amulet now. Perfect. Now we're just set up to, like, throw down a Mollusk Mage or something. I'll throw down a Wax Cap. Get to keep a Eagle Conscript for the next turn. It'll be 0-costed. And the Pyrelite too. 4 troops died, but I only got 1 Ember from Boiler Room. So it counts as dying. It counts as a death for a single extinguish if 1 stack of troops dies, but it also counts as dying only if the entire stack dies. Make it make sense. I think on death triggers are a little inconsistent. Definitely Pyrelite. Has to happen every turn. Let's play some 0-cost summons down on the bottom line so I can free up some space in hand so that this Offering Monument can play this Guardian Amulet. And then when the fun guy dies next turn, I can play the Guardian Stone. Put on the miss line at the moment. I can play that one naturally. Let's get Mollusk Mage out of the deck. Just thinning the deck down a little. Ooh, Crypt Builder again. Neat. Get to hold on to that. It'll even be 0-costed, so I can just cast it manually if I want. Play out a couple of different types of cards, triggering the Versal Lemberstaff as soon as I can. Mossy Room. I don't have Infectory set up on that top line, do I? So I actually will play Mossy Room here. Vengeful Shard. Oh boy. Rude. Chosen Assassin with the sweep is going to be able to take out my Conoclastra in the backline. Could I have protected you? No, I didn't cast any sap this turn, so not really. That's fine. Realistically, the Ball Lead is as large as Ball Lead needs to be. Well, actually, if I take out one of the assassins... Wait, you still have enough damage on that sweep? How's that happening? Oh, on strike it gains additional rage. That's unfortunate. That fun guy is going to take the corruption from Dominion as well as this hit from Entropy, which is nice, and then leave the space for a, hopefully, Guardian Stone next turn. See, they keep getting harvest triggers for all of those deaths of those units. But I don't get Ember for it. Harvest triggers when a unit dies on this floor. Boiler room triggers when a unit dies. I don't mean to overfocus on it. It's just... I'm very surprised by it. Well, I only need to summon one fun guy on that floor to be comfortable as well. And I have enough surviving on that floor too. Great. Thankfully, I also think I'm sapping savagery enough to feel pretty comfortable. Finally, Guardian Stone, welcome to the field. You are going in the back line this time. Because you're not going to survive savagery right now. We'll offering through a Guardian's Amulet. And then a Titan's Tooth as well. Throw the conscripts out there, get a Pyrelite. Obviously, have to play that every turn. The damage to the boss. I don't have to do anything on this bottom line. Okay. And so I won't. Okay, Entropy and Savagery are both mostly dealt with at this point. It does feel like this is typically the case, that Dominion is the one that I am wrestling with by myself at the end. I'll tap all of my units silly style, it doesn't matter to me. Inhale for some troops. It's fine for me to build up like defenses on the top line, on this line now. Okay. Yeah, this is basically the last turn I take damage for a while. Savagery hits us directly in the pyre because I left that floor empty. Bolide only needs to live for like 2 more rounds of combat, which Bolide will do. Obviously, I still got to get rid of the Curse of Entropy. And that'll get us done. It's taking me 7 waves here. $170. Yeah, okay, this is going to be the final 2. Great! Or rather, this is going to be the final wave. That's lethal. Phew! It's nice to have an incant run do the thing I intended for it to do. I was promising you the whole time this could happen. But now I get to prove it. What? I'm admittedly feeling pretty comfortable with Under Legion as a clan. I don't know what my win-loss with them is on, but emotionally, if I had to tell you what I think my win-loss on them is, I have a pretty good idea. I think it's probably around about 100%. Mulch. 0 cost consume. Draw 1 extra card next turn. For every 15 cards in your deck, draw an additional card. Neat. Unearthed Treasure. 1 Ember, consume, draw 1 random spell from your consume pile that isn't Unearthed Treasure. If there are at least 5 cards in the consume pile, draw 1 more. And Ancient Roots. The first spell played each turn has negative 15 cards for every 15 cards in your deck. I mean, Under Legion might actually make me run thick decks. Maybe. Stranger things have happened. Stygian Guard levels up to get Siren Song, 1 Ember, Pyrebound, Ascend all enemy units on this floor, and apply Daze 3. That'd be a really good way to prevent Dominion from doing any damage to me. It's Pyrebound, so you can only play it on the floor below the Pyre or the Pyre. Daze that dude for 3 turns. Totem Fragment. Apply spell weakness 2 to enemy units when they enter the room below the Pyre. And Soul Guard the Martyr. You've unlocked the alternate champion for this clan. You can now choose to start runs with this champion and their starter card. While I am very keen to do so, I do think I should not play Stygian Guard next episode and continue trying to unlock the secondary heroes for our other clans, such as Melting Remnant, Awoken, and Umbra. In fact, maybe I play Melting Remnant next round? Melting Remnant Banished, maybe? Yeah. That sounds good to me. How large was my deck again, actually? Oh, you're not just going to straight up tell me how many cards? I'm going to have to read. I'm going to have to look at it. I'm going to have to figure it out. 5. Another 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. 35 cards? I can hover around 30 for a lot of the relics that want you to have 15, or a lot of the effects in Under Legion that want you to have 15, for every 15 cards you have, rather. I can hover around 30 pretty easily. 45's a little harder. If I focus on it, I can stay there. Let's head back to the outpost and see if anything is to be said in the barracks. I feel like I get a new cutscene after every new combination wins. It's my reward, my little treat. Okay, so gather around, children. Today, you're gonna learn about the Great Decay. Now, can one of you tell me what the Great Decay is?
Oh, I know. The Great Decay is our way of life. It's a cycle, the perpetual movement between life and death. An ending is merely a beginning.
Very good, little one. That's correct. We must all face the Great Decay. Even non-shrooms cycle in their own ways. Unlike the others, we welcome the ending of our cycle with joy.
But, Mr. Teacher, when the Great Decay comes for us, what will happen?
Good question, little one. First, let me ask you, child, do you fear decay?
Well, I know I'm not supposed to, but when I decay, I'll be gone forever. And I like it here.
But you won't be gone forever, child. We may lose our bodies, but our souls return to the mulch. You'll be in the roots that cradle young sprouts, in the mycelium that nourishes them, in the breeze that carries spores across rotwood. You see, child, the Great Decay is not about becoming nothing. It's about becoming everything.
Oh, that seems neat.
Indeed it is. Neat. All right, kids, that's all for today. Class is dismissed. May your
roots go deep and your spores reach far.
I love those little cutscenes at the end. It really truly does feel like a reward every time I finish a new clans combination. For the moment though, let me just tell you, my name's been Rhapsody, the name of the game. Better believe that's been Monster Train 2. Top left is a series playlist from all my content with Game Pass, present, future YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Add about the thank you and a special thanks to this episode to Tyler. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves and hopefully we'll see you all next time.